Rock and Renew is a non-profit organization founded by Johnny Dabowski while on his first national tour with his rock band, Johnny Lives. With an opportunity to open for Everclear in 22 cities, Johnny's prior interest in environmental issues inspired him to do the entire 9,000-mile tour in a biodiesel Dodge Sprinter van. As he began investigating energy, fuel, and global warming, the Rock and Renew project came into view. Through concerts, educational programs, artist interviews, and other media, Johnny brought the conversation about renewable energy and energy conservation into classrooms across the country. The Rock and Renew program encourages students to explore these ideas and take action through every aspect of their studies. It is the hope that the students will share this message with their parents and use the concepts that they learn to help save the planet. Really?
All right, everybody, we're back. My next guests are from the Lower East Side of Manhattan. They are here tonight with a song from their album Get Steady, which is available on iTunes now and will be in stores beginning March 6th. I'm holding it backwards. No, I got it right. Please welcome Johnny Lives.
What I'm trying to do is show you specifically things that you can do at home with your parents that might not seem like such a big thing, but if everybody in the country does them together, it adds up to an incredible amount of change. Debbie Harry, Jesse Mallon, Chantal of Morningwood.
The chance to wear a Keep Britain Tidy t-shirt for the week. If you did the most...
If you collected Chris packets or something, yeah.
Really exciting. So it is a great place to start, because kids get interested.
But then all you've got to do is make sure that carries on once you've left school, and a lot of people get so caught up in themselves and earning loads of money and getting jobs that they forget.
But they might pass it on to the mums.
And I mean, I only recently found out that the Meadowlands, was and really still is a wetlands, and it's a very fragile ecosystem that's been totally encroached by all of this. And I don't know how long it's going to be until it changes back. But I'm curious, like when you were growing up, when was the first sort of time in your life when you realized, you were sitting in the car and you realized that actually what you did or what your parents did or your friends did as a person, like actually contributed negatively or positively to the world around you?
I think probably driving to New York City on the New Jersey Turnpike, and you pass a couple of energy factories, and they're by a bunch of oil refineries and things like that.
It says like oil heats better or something.
Yeah, right. And you pass, and it smells so bad, right? And so you always roll up the windows if it's the summer. The smell still gets in, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, man, that smells so awful. And then I read the signs. I'm like, well, wait, we use oil for this car. I don't even think about whether or not I leave the lights on, and that's an energy-producing factory that is smelling up, this huge stretch of highway.
Right.
And then I thought about how, if everybody turned the lights off, or if everybody decided to drive a little less, it could really positively impact the environment. So I think that was the first time that popped up.
What are the ways that you think as artists, we can reach out to our audience without preaching, without changing anything, of our essence?
My opinion is just
you know, do the best that you can as an individual. You know, think about different little things like turning lights off and whether you need the air conditioner on your hotel room or not.
You know, like remembering to take your reusable bag to the store, and like you said, turning, you know, it's like the more you do it, you know, so it kind of becomes a habit.
We use a very above average amount of plastic water bottles as band dudes. And the thing I've been trying to do is when I'm home, I don't buy one plastic bottle of water.
But there's an island, I hear, the size of Texas floating in the ocean.
Yeah,
I'm going to colonize it. I plan today to
It's all the collected
colonize
plastic
it.
waste that's floating in the middle of the ocean.
Size of Texas.
Yeah, we're watching itsyournature.org. Launching the Ditch the Bag campaign, getting kids at the festival and concert fans and the bands talking about stopping using paper and plastic bags at stores all around the country. We throw away 30 billion plastic bags a year, which is responsible for 12 million gallons of oil, and 14 million trees get cut down just to make those bags. So today, we had canvas bags available for free for fans at the Download Festival to create their own designs. It's really awesome at the end of today to see all the fans walking around with their renewable canvas bags.
What was really your inspiration with it? What do you want to say?
Well, I like to recycle, and my name's Ellie, and my nickname's Smelly Ellie, so I really do think that it's a good idea to use canvas bags rather than plastic.
One of the main problems today is that people aren't in tune with living in harmony with nature, and so that was something I was thinking about when I...
I'm here with itsyournature.org and Rock and Renew. We've been doing this Ditch the Bag campaign. I'm sure you'll see everybody walking around. We've had everyone lined up making their own canvas bags to get people off of plastic and paper. And I know you have an organization called Reverb, which I'm a big fan of. I think it's awesome. I'd love to hear more about it, just so the fans can know about what you're doing.
It melds together music and the environment. And a lot of our work has to do with greening other bands' tours, obviously my own band as well, which some of you have probably heard about. Some of the things we do to green tours include filling the buses and trucks with biodiesel. It's a vegetable-based fuel that burns more cleanly, and it's domestically made. And then we also offset every show with carbon offsets with renewable energy. What's left over we neutralize through purchasing renewable energy credits that go towards building new wind projects or solar projects or even farm methane projects. And actually something that we offer our fans is we have a carbon offset sticker that you can buy, because the biggest footprint, for example, today isn't the power to power the stage or the lights, but it's everyone's drive to and from the show. So something that we do is offer an offset sticker that, you know, it's a little Guster merchandise item anyway that is kind of neat. It just says "Kiss Me, I'm Carbon Neutral" and has the big friend on it, which is from the cover of our first record. And proceeds from that go to purchase the equivalent of 150 miles of driving. Just from Bare Naked Ladies alone, where we just did some stats, their fans in 6 months have offset over 8 million miles of driving, which is huge. So to me, that's exactly achieving the goal of Reverb, which is to get the musicians to say, hey, you know, tonight's show is carbon neutral, but your drive to and from it isn't. Can you join us in our efforts? And the fans have responded really well to it, so it's exciting. We worked with a band called The Fray this summer, and they switched over to these bottles, and instead of using cases and cases of individual plastic water bottles, and reduced their plastic waste significantly on tour. But I'm excited about some of the opportunities that we can all take to just protect.
My father's dental practice, which has been here for about 50 years, and this parcel of land they've kept completely undeveloped. And working with Rock and Renew over the last year, learning about ecology and learning about the importance of open spaces and getting communities to actually learn about ecology through the fields and the growth process itself, we've decided to turn this very usable piece of land into a sustainable garden. In the Browning School in New York City, seniors going to the gardens, the community gardens in the Lower East Side, and taking photographs and seeing what works. Because really an open space in a community, it's a place where people can get together and relax and enjoy the environment and take them out of the stresses of living in a dense city. And Bayonne happens to be one of the densest cities in America. So this is an available piece of land that really we're going to be putting to proper use. Instead of turning it into a McDonald's, we're going to turn it into something